Hello, beautiful woman. So today I'm wanting to come in here and talk about something that I've been noticing a lot and have been noticing for a while, actually. And it's something that I experience so much myself. And it's this thing that I'm noticing with women that keeps so many women stuck. And like I said, it kept me stuck for so long as well. For those of you who might not know me, I am Bianca, founder of my Woman Tribe. And a few years ago, I was feeling so stuck, so lost. My self-esteem felt so low. And my negative self-talk was really bad. That's the right word, it was really bad. And I was really hard on myself. And I knew that I had this potential inside of me to do more than what I was doing. I just didn't know how, and I just didn't know what that looked like. And it was only when I really reached my, I guess you can call it sort of rock bottom, my lowest point, and when I really just finally got tired of my shit. And along with that also really being committed to realizing my dreams and living my dreams. And like I have said before, wanting to be more loyal to my dreams than to my fears. It was only then that I really started to change things. And the way I started to change things was by investing more in myself. I got a coach. I did a facilitation course. I did different exercises to change my mindset. So I had a vision of what I wanted to do. And I became more scared to not try than to try. But one of the big changes I did make as well, and this is where I'm getting to with one of the things that I see so many women, I guess struggling with is the word, is compassion, self-compassion. And I think it's something that keeps so many women, so many of us, I speak for myself, stuck. From my experience, what would happen with me is that I would maybe want to do something, but then maybe I didn't do it. And then I would completely berate myself for not having done it. Or maybe I would try something and then it didn't work out well. And then I would have a whole story about why it didn't work out well. And really just kept on putting myself down and kept on talking really not very nicely to myself. I definitely was not a friend that I would want for me. I was not being a good friend to myself. And when I started to really develop and cultivate more self-compassion for myself, it is amazing how much change and continues to change. And yes, outwardly things changed, but also inwardly. Inwardly, I could feel so much more of a sense of calm and peace with myself because I wasn't constantly at myself. I wasn't constantly talking badly to myself. I wasn't constantly having this back and forth with myself and actually just allowing for more compassion for myself. And it's been really such a gift. So I'm very conscious of practicing self-compassion with myself and very conscious of certain things that I used to do and that I become very aware of trying not to do them anymore. So there are three ways that I continuously practice self-compassion. The first way is, and that you can as well, and I really encourage you to do this. When you have more self-compassion for yourself, firstly, you actually have more self-compassion for others, and it actually helps you to move forward with your business. It helps you to do the things that you're wanting to do because you are getting out of your own way and you're actually becoming your friend in this process. And it's so much better. You are with yourself all the time. Rather have a good friend with you than this bitchy friend with you, because really that doesn't encourage you or motivate you to move forward. So really self-compassion is about trying to be the best friend that you can to yourself. And these are the ways that I try to do it. And like I said, I encourage you to do it constantly. So the first thing is to forgive yourself. So maybe you set a goal for yourself. Maybe there was something you wanted to do. Maybe today was the day that you're going to start your meditating, or today's the day you're going to start your morning routine. Today's the day that you're going to do that thing that you haven't been doing, and you don't do it. Now, I totally get that. So I had an experience a couple of weeks ago where it was a Friday and I was working hard. I didn't look after myself. I didn't take my supplements like I meant to. I didn't drink my water that I meant to. I didn't stop for lunch. I just kept on going. And I paid the price for that by having a massive headache the next day. This was when we were going away. I have shared the story before for those who have heard it. I had my period, so even more reason that I should have been taking better care of myself. And we went away on holiday. For the first 3 days of holiday, I was in bed, completely flattened, headache, completely exhausted. And I feel like I let myself down because I know what I need to do to look after myself, but I got so caught up and I didn't do those things. Previous me in that situation would have beat myself up about why didn't I, and I know that I need to do that, and what's wrong with me, and all the stuff that can go on in my head. But me now, with more self-compassion for myself, I'm able to look at that and to go, I wasn't looking after myself then. I did let myself down, but that's okay. Let's move on. I will hopefully learn for next time not to do that. So there is such a feeling of, I guess, peace in a way. I'm not sure what the word is, when one practices self-compassion and you forgive yourself. You forgive yourself for the things that you said you were going to do and you didn't. And you really, in every situation, you know that you are doing the best that you can do right now with what you have. You are not purposely trying to not do that thing. You are not, or not consciously, should I say, not trying to do that thing. Yes, there are things behind it that we would question. Why didn't you do it? But in the moment, you are only doing what you are doing. And if you mess up and if you don't do the thing, it's okay. Just be compassionate with yourself. Find that compassion that you would possibly find with somebody else in that situation. Find that within yourself. It is so powerful when we are able to, within ourselves and to ourselves, go, it's okay. It's okay. And that brings me to the next ways that we can practice self-compassion. And that is in the way that you talk to yourself. So again, I'd say a couple years ago, the way that I used to talk to myself is very different to how I talk to myself now. I would, even if sort of in jest or even without being conscious of what I'm saying, I would say things like, oh, you're so stupid to have done that. Or, you know, why did you do that? That was a stupid thing to do. Or whatever it is, the way that we talk about ourselves, saying, oh, I'm such an idiot for having done that. Oh, I messed that one up. Why did I do that? Whatever, all that self-talk, or the way that we talk to ourselves is so important. And I become so conscious of how I talk to myself, never calling myself stupid, never calling myself an idiot, never putting myself down, and never talking to myself how, or should I say, talking to myself how I would talk to somebody else. So if I wouldn't say that to somebody else, then I'm not going to say it to myself. I guess in saying that, there are some people who do talk that way to other people, but yeah, the point is to be so conscious of how you are talking to yourself, how you are talking about yourself. I realized that the way I would talk about things, I would say things like, oh, I'm no good at that, and I can't do that, and I can't do that. And actually, when I looked for the proof of what I was saying, that completely wasn't true. And so it's in those moments to be aware, to be conscious of how you talk to yourself. What words do you use to talk about yourself, to describe yourself, to say what's going on for you? Wherever you can, be positive about yourself. Let yourself go. Let yourself off the hook. Just be gentle with yourself. I really feel like as women, it's something we need to do so much more of, is to really find that compassion for ourselves. And, to almost really be able to hug ourselves more. And I actually said this to a friend the other day, but to be that nurturing person that we may have lacked in our lives, that we may have wanted, that we may still want, but we can be that for ourselves. And we do that by forgiving ourselves for things that we may not do as we would like, or that we may mess up, or whatever it is. We do that by being conscious of the way that we talk to ourselves, always talking to ourselves positively and in a beautiful way. And then the third way to cultivate more self-compassion in yourself is to be patient with yourself. So this is a big one as well. And it's something I tend to struggle with. All of these things, yes, it's not easy. It's about constantly being conscious and aware of how you are. So be patient with yourself. Maybe you are whether you're wanting to start a new business, or maybe there's something in your business that you're wanting to grow, or something that you're wanting to do, and you haven't quite done it, or you haven't got there, or it's taking longer than expected. It's okay. Again, just be patient with yourself. Maybe you're wanting to, like I said, start that morning routine. You haven't quite done it yet. Yes, keep on taking the steps to get you to where you are wanting to go, because ultimately that will be the best thing for you. But in that process, be patient with yourself. It doesn't help at all to beat yourself up. This is my main point, I guess, and something that I did really well. I did really well at beating myself up constantly. If my voices were physical, I would be bruised and black and blue kind of all the time. And I really feel like I have changed that mindset within myself from beating myself up to actually having compassion for myself. And I'm telling you, I can breathe easier. I feel lighter in my body. It's amazing the difference that it makes. And I truly hope and I truly want that for everyone, and in particular for you as a female entrepreneur, as a business owner, because I think it's something that we can do quite well, and that is being hard on ourselves. So my invitation, actually more than a challenge, is to forgive yourself. So maybe there's something that happens this weekend. You're wanting to go for a walk, but you don't do it. You're wanting to get out of bed or something, but you don't, and you don't do that thing. Forgive yourself. Tell yourself it's okay. You will do it the next time. Forgive yourself. Watch how you talk to yourself. Be aware of the words that you use when you are talking about yourself. And be patient with yourself. And really just practice loving yourself. I say that this concept of loving ourselves, what does that actually mean? So for me, loving myself means practicing more self-compassion with myself, being more loving towards myself, feeling more love within myself for myself. And really just being okay with where I am, with what is, with what is happening. There's a beautiful quote by Maya Angelou, and she says, when you know better, you do better. So even if you do know better and you haven't done that thing, then maybe you need to know more better before you do better. Or whatever it is, you are doing your best. Constantly tell yourself you are doing the best that you can right now. Yeah, let's bring more compassion into our lives. I could do a whole nother topic on compassion with each other, because that is a whole nother topic and something I feel very strongly about. But for now, before we can actually look outward, we need to look inward, and we need to step within ourselves and find that compassion for ourselves. So on that note, beautiful woman, beautiful, compassionate, loving woman, let me know how your practicing self-compassion goes.